Your metabolism doesn't run on willpower, it runs on a clock. And once you know how to read it, everything changes, especially for men over 40. After 40, your insulin sensitivity shifts. The same food that didn't move the needle at 30 starts sitting on your midsection at 45. This isn't about working harder. It's about understanding the clock your body now runs on. Here's something no one tells you when they hand you a diet plan. Your body has two modes, not dozens, not it depends. 2. Mode 1. Storage mode. Your body is receiving, processing, and storing. Insulin is present, fat is locked inside your cells. You can eat the healthiest food on the planet in this mode and your body will still treat some of it as inventory to pack away. Mode 2. Burning mode. Insulin drops. Your cells open. Stored fat is released into your bloodstream to be used as fuel. Your body isn't just maintaining, it's pulling from savings. The shift from blue to gold doesn't happen because you ate the right thing. It happens because enough time passed since you last ate. That's the clock. Not calories, not macros, time. And here's the part that's been missing from every fasting video, every diet plan, every wellness book on your shelf. Your clock doesn't reset the moment you stop eating. There's lag. Depending on what you ate, when you ate it, and what you do in the hours after eating, your clock hands move at completely different speeds. By the end of this, you're going to understand your clock. Not in theory, in practice. I'm going to give you 3 specific numbers you can use today. And I'm going to show you a daily rhythm that men have used to finally start seeing change. Not by working harder, but by working with the clock instead of against it. First number. And you can walk away with this right now, even if you don't watch another minute. 7 p.m. That is the time your last bite of food should happen. Not 8. Not sometime after dinner. Not I'll stop when I feel full. 7 p.m. Final bite. Here's why this one number matters more than everything else you'll hear about fasting windows and eating schedules. When you finish eating at 8 p.m., especially if that meal included any carbohydrates, rice, bread, pasta, potatoes, even the good whole grain kind, your insulin stays elevated for roughly 3 to 4 hours. That means your metabolic clock hands are still pointing at storage mode until close to midnight. You're asleep. Your body is doing nothing, and your fat cells are locked. Push that last bite to 7 p.m., and those clock hands shift to burning mode by 10 or 11 p.m. You're still asleep. But now, for an extra 2 to 3 hours of your sleep cycle, your body is actively releasing stored fat into your bloodstream and using it. Same sleep, same food, same you. 2 extra hours of fat burning every single night. Just from when you put the fork down. That's not motivation, that's clock math. Now let me walk you through the full clock so you understand what's been happening inside your body every day for years without you knowing it. Think of your metabolism like a warehouse. Most of the day, the warehouse is receiving shipments. Trucks are pulling up, pallets are being unloaded, forklifts are moving product into the racks. Nobody is pulling anything out of long-term storage because there's fresh inventory everywhere. That's your body, between your first bite of the day and roughly 4 hours after your last bite. Storage mode. Then the deliveries stop. The trucks stop coming. The loading dock gets quiet, and now, only now, the warehouse manager starts checking the back shelves. What's in deep storage? What's been sitting there for months? What can be pulled out and used? That's your body once insulin has fully cleared. Burning mode. The problem for most men watching this, men who train, men who eat clean, men who show up, is that their warehouse never closes. Breakfast at 7 a.m., storage mode starts. Mid-morning protein bar at 10:30. Storage mode resets. Lunch at 12:30. Storage mode resets. Afternoon shake at 3 p.m. Storage mode resets. Dinner at 7:30. Storage mode resets. Evening, just a handful of almonds at 9 p.m. Storage mode resets again. Your clock hands never reach the gold zone. They start to move that direction, and then another meal or snack yanks them back. That's not a slow metabolism. That's storage mode running for 16 hours straight. And that's why the 7 p.m. number matters. It's not about being strict. It's about giving your warehouse enough time to actually close so the manager can start pulling from the back. Here's where this gets uncomfortable, and I need you to hear this because this is the part that no fitness channel will tell you. Some of your healthiest habits are the ones keeping your clock stuck in storage mode. The morning smoothie, packed with spinach, protein powder, almond milk, berries. Genuinely nutritious. You feel disciplined drinking it. But if you had it at 7 a.m. and you didn't finish eating dinner until 8 p.m., your clock has been in storage mode for 13 hours, almost the entire day. The post-workout shake at 8 p.m. You read that protein after training was essential, and it is, within reason. But if you finished dinner at 7 and then drank a shake at 8:30, you just reset your clock hands at the worst possible moment, right before bed, right when your body should be shifting into its deepest, burning mode. The handful of almonds at 3 p.m. because you heard small, frequent meals keep your metabolism fired up. That advice was based on research that has been repeatedly contradicted. Your metabolism doesn't need to be fired up. It needs rest periods. It needs the gold zone. You're not failing because you lack discipline. You're failing because you're doing the right things at the wrong hours on the clock. And the men who finally break through, the ones who drop that stubborn midsection after years of trying, they don't change what they eat first. They change when. Let me tell you about James. James is 53, former athlete, still trains 3 days a week. For 3 years, he did everything right. Clean eating, morning walks, intermittent fasting, 16 hours like everyone told him to do. He'd stop eating at 8 p.m., start again at noon the next day. His numbers didn't move, scale didn't move, belt didn't move. When he came to me, I didn't change a single thing about what he ate, not one thing. I changed 3 things. About when? 1. Final bite, 6:30 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. This alone added roughly 90 minutes of burning mode to every single night. 2. Morning walk moved from before breakfast to after breakfast. Not a longer walk, different timing, a 15-minute walk within 30 minutes of finishing his first meal. Not intense, not sweating, just walking. Post-meal movement activates something called GLUT4. Glucose enters your muscles without requiring as much insulin. Your clock hands move faster. 3. A 5-minute walk after lunch, not 10. Not a workout, 5 minutes. Just enough to tell his muscles to open up and pull glucose out of his blood before it triggered more insulin. 5 minutes. A number so small it seems like it shouldn't matter. But it does. 6 weeks later, James called me. For the first time in 3 years, his belt was on the next loop. He hadn't added a single gym session. He hadn't cut a single food group. He hadn't gone keto, carnivore, or any of the other things he'd been told to try. The rhythm worked. Not because James was special, because the clock doesn't care who you are, it responds to timing. That's it. Here's the rhythm. I'm not going to give you rules. Rules feel like punishment. Rhythm feels like alignment. Your body wants to burn fat. It wants to repair itself overnight. It wants to have energy in the morning. It just needs you to stop fighting its clock. So here's the rhythm. 4 movements through your day. Wake, then move, then wait, then eat. When you wake up, Drink water, not coffee first. Water, 16 ounces. Your body has been in repair mode all night, autophagy, cellular cleanup, and it's slightly dehydrated. Water first, then move. A walk, some stretching, 10 to 15 minutes, nothing intense, then, and this is where most people rush it, wait. Don't eat immediately. Give your burning mode another 30 to 60 minutes. Let your growth hormone finish its work. Growth hormone peaks in the early morning and during the tail end of your fast, and it's actively releasing fat from your cells. Eating immediately shuts that off. Then eat. Protein first, eggs, Greek yogurt, leftover chicken from last night. Not oatmeal, not toast. Protein before carbs tells your muscles to accept nutrients without demanding a massive insulin spike. Eat, then move. Lunch. Eat normally, but within 30 minutes of finishing, walk for 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. This is the GLUT4 pathway I mentioned with James. When you move your muscles after eating, they open channels that pull glucose directly from your blood without requiring insulin. You're clearing your blood sugar faster, which means insulin drops faster, which means your clock hands move toward burning mode faster. Eat, then stop. Dinner. And here's the number again, 7 p.m. at the latest. End your eating window. No snacks after, no post-dinner protein bar, no just a handful of something. The clock needs uninterrupted time. From 7 p.m. until whenever you eat your first meal the next day, ideally 12 to 14 hours later, your gold zone is running. Stop. Then sleep. No food. No sweetened drinks, no whey shake, black coffee, plain tea, water only if you need something. Every hour after 10 p.m. in the gold zone is an hour of active fat mobilization while you're unconscious. You're not doing anything. Your clock is doing the work. That's the rhythm. Wake, move, wait, eat, move, eat, stop. 4 beats. Every day, not a diet, not a punishment, a rhythm your body was designed to follow. If you walk away with nothing else, here are the 3 numbers. 7 p.m. Your last bite of food. That number alone, if you change nothing else, adds 2 to 3 extra hours of fat burning to every night. Over a month, that's 60 to 90 extra hours your body spent pulling from storage instead of adding to it. 5 minutes of walking after lunch and after dinner. Not a workout. 5 minutes. Enough to activate the GLUT4 pathway and pull glucose into your muscles without demanding insulin. Enough to shorten the time your clock sits in storage mode after eating. 12. At least 12 hours between your last bite at night and your first bite the next day. That's the minimum for your clock to fully shift from storage mode to burning mode. 14 is better, but 12 is the floor. 7. 12. That's not complicated. That's not expensive. That's not a program you need to buy. It's clock math, and your body already knows how to do it. Here's what I want you to imagine. It's 3 weeks from now. You wake up. Before you even open your eyes, you notice something. Your stomach feels different, not miraculously flat. Not a 6-pack in 21 days. That's not real, and you know it. But different. Less bloated, less heavy. Like your body did something useful while you slept instead of fighting through undigested food at midnight. You walk to the kitchen. You don't feel starving. You feel awake, clear. You drink water. You move a little. You eat when your body is actually ready to receive food, not because the clock on the wall said breakfast time. You go to work. You train. You go about your day. And for the first time in longer than you can remember, you're not fighting your body. You're working with it. On the same team, following the same rhythm. That's what happens when your metabolic clock is set correctly. Not in theory, in your actual life, in your belt loop, in how your shirts fit, in how you feel at 3 p.m. when you used to crash. The next video I'm making is about what happens inside that 12 to 14 hour gold zone at the cellular level. Autophagy, the repair crew. Growth hormone, the architect. BDNF, your brain's renovation team. And how to maximize every hour of it without fasting longer. If you want that, hit subscribe. I release one video a week. No filler, no fluff. Just the biology of what's actually happening inside you explained so you can actually use it. And if you're starting the rhythm this week, the last bite at 7, the 5-minute walks, the 12-hour window, comment the word clock below. I read through them. It helps me know what to cover next.